Is there anyone here tonight speaking in favor of this application? Come on up and state your name and address. If you can, folks, just form a line behind the podium. And state your name and address for record. This is for Southington residents only.
Southington residents only?
Southington residents.
I'm actually
or business owners in town, sure.
He's one of my trainers from the law enforcement. He's not an owner.
That's part of your application, that's part of your application process.
That's fine.
So he's talking before we do pro and con, so he's part of your application process.
Oh,
He speaks now.
So again, you can speak in favor before we have public input as one representative from the application. Go right ahead.
My name is Barbra Chomsky, live in Meriden, 62 Hidden Pine Circle. And I actually assist Chris Fields with the law enforcement side of the house. I've spent 7 years in federal law enforcement, 3 of that as an instructor. Talking federal firearms instructing, active threat response, tactical firearms instruction. Prior to that, I was a military police officer, served in Baghdad, so I've seen pretty much the worst of the worst. The reason why we're trying to do what we're going to do is the stuff is coming here to our towns and our cities and our states. We want to bring our law enforcement, our agencies, up to that level. God forbid something were to happen here in Southington, Connecticut, we want the Southington Police Department to be at that level, to be prepared. Pretty much all I can say is that I've talked to other agencies in the state of Connecticut, both municipal, state, and federal. They all want a piece of this. This is just for Connecticut. I haven't even talked to agencies that I've worked with in the past outside of Connecticut. Everybody who I've talked to wants to come down here. They want a different kind of aspect of how they can train. Everybody in Connecticut, as far as the agencies go, static ranges. This is something completely dynamic. We're talking about 360 degree, you go into an area, you know how to handle it. You drive your vehicle into the whatever area is going to be. They get right in there, they deal with what they need to do. It's not just going to be me instructing, it's going to be Chris with his background, special operations. With that all together, we believe we can set something up that's going to be great for this state. Not only the state, I believe the region. That's all I got.
Any questions? Yes.
Just so we're clear, we previously approved the simunition training outside training for the other building. None of the training we talked about here today is going to occur outside this building, correct?
The only thing that would probably occur, and this would only be specific for my law enforcement guys, so they have to be currently a state certified, municipal certified, or federally certified agency. And all it would be is either counter IED or patrol ambush. That would be it. And that would only be simunition. It would not be live fire outside the facility. It would be in the private setting so that nobody would see it from the outside.
Thank you.
Questions? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now anyone speaking for this application, come on up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is John Byler. I live at 130 Rolling Hill Lane in Southington. I've been a resident of Southington for over 30 years. I've seen the economic changes over a long period of time, and I definitely am interested in new businesses, new enterprises coming into town. It's important. I am also, my wife and I train at King 33 in this ammunition with active shooters, home invasion, carjacking, and such. It's different than any other kind of training that is available anywhere, other than what Mr. Fields alluded to as the flat range, where you just stand and you shoot, and there's a lot of security and safety involved with it. You are not allowed in most any range to draw a weapon from a holster, and yet if you're in a situation, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. And you do not want to do that under the stress circumstances of it. I've had a burglar in my house. I've dealt with the situation before. I understand what goes on with that. I don't ever want that to happen again. With the training that we've had, I've trained with people from 8 different states that came in a group to train there, traveled all the way up just to participate in it. And that was motel stays, that was restaurants, that was gas stations. There was a lot of auxiliary and ancillary type of business that was brought into the town. So I am definitely speaking for this. And besides the fact, Chris Fields is a decorated war veteran of this country. That's part of the consideration also, to assist somebody starting a business with that. He's put up for our country. We should definitely do the same for him.
Thank you, sir.
Lisa Jansen, 500 also here on behalf of the Southington Chamber of Commerce, or going to be here tonight. The chamber also supports this application. Anytime a business evolves and expands, it's good for Southington. King 33 draws people from all over the state. Those people spend money in this town. This is a very unique business that Southington can be proud to serve as part of our community. We know Chris and can assure you that safety is always his first concern. This is a good thing.
Thank you. Anyone else tonight speaking in favor? Come on up and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Barbra Chomsky, 17 Sandy Pine Drive. I do speak in favor of it also. I don't know Chris Fields. I know of him. But a couple things. One is a little bit of reality. You guys had asked earlier why live fire versus not. If anybody has any idea or any clue, okay, with weaponry, you'll understand that, you know, when you train the government and the police department, if they were just to train with simulation or not live fire, it's not reality, it's not practical. Okay, so try to understand where he's coming from. It's a necessity, and it's also for the safety of our town, people around us, and for our own law enforcement. Okay, there's enough issues out there where accidents happen, and there should be no issue, and no reason why we can't have more training. Because the more training we have only benefits everybody around us. It's all about safety. I mean, safety is number one, it's priority. And with everything going on, put aside everything that's been happening, and take a good look at why they're doing this and why they're trying to implement extra safety. It only helps us, especially for people that do have handgun permits, rifles, shotguns, whatever it may be. It only benefits for, you know, for further training. But again, I do support it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah Hall, 72 West Pines Drive. I've attended training at Chris's facility currently, and I think he's a great guy, and there's a lot of opportunity to learn things there that you can't learn anywhere else as an individual. I was president of the Yukon Pistol Club when I was at Yukon. I have a lot of experience with pistols and rifles, and I have my concealed carry permit. And I appreciate having a facility like his to go and train so that I can learn things as a private citizen that I wouldn't normally be able to learn and train in an environment like that, so that I can, you know, learn to help protect my family. But not only that, I like to have his facility in our town so that I know the Southington Police Department is getting that level of training, because I feel like it's something additional that probably not all town police departments might have the opportunity to have experience with. And so that's why I support him.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Anyone else tonight speaking in favor? Come on up and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening.
Hello.
My name's Bob Crosley. I've lived here my whole life in Southington. I met Chris through a friend of mine.
What's your address there, sir?
84 Matthew Street.
Thank you.
I'm an NRA instructor. NRA refused to be a victim instructor, saber pepper spray instructor for women. I met Chris. I was very impressed with what he did. I used to travel all the way to New Hampshire to get training at the SIG Academy. Now we have a facility where we can train. We would make a week end up, and I'd go with a group of guys, spend a weekend there, go out to eat, train, and it would be an enjoyable weekend. Now we can have that here in Southington. I know people will come from throughout the Northeast to visit Southington. That way they'll bring their kids. I used to do that with me. My wife and I would go to the beach. I'd go train. She'd go to the beach in New Hampshire, and our kids would come up, and we'd take them to outside events. So it's not just a training facility. It's also going to bring business into the city. And I'm very much want to see this approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else speaking in favor?
Yes, my name is Len Paquette, and I reside at 1506 West Street in Southington, Connecticut. And I don't know Chris at all, but I'm a veteran. I'm a law enforcement, Air Force patrol dog handler, trainer, supervisor. And I really think that a facility like this is extremely beneficial to bring in business to Southington and keep our tax rates a little bit lower. He definitely presents himself as very knowledgeable from my realm of experience, and I fervently believe that a lot of these police departments can use somebody of his expertise. I just wanted to give my 2 cents. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on,
Sorry,
sir.
beat you to it.
If you want, sir, you can just get right behind him and speak next, no problem.
My name is Neil Dayudo, 98 Juniper Road here in Southington. I would also like to support this venture. I train regularly with Chris and can speak firsthand from my own experience that it's a first-rate facility with a first-rate staff. I think we would be lucky to have something like this, as several of the aforementioned speakers discussed. Previously, you have to travel out of state, bring that those dollars and that spending to other communities in order to do training that's even remotely similar. Chris is very unique in the training that he provides. I prefer to keep that spending and that commerce in our town. And so again, I would support this and do support this and continue to train at Chris's facility. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Al Benison from 21 Churchill Street in Southington. I do not know Chris, but as far as I'm concerned, professional, safe handling of a firearm, what more can I say? Thank you, sir. And a very good premise. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Sebastian Colbert. I live at 79 Senior Drive. I support this application request. I've trained under Chris, and he's the most professional person I've trained under. Takes care of and all the safety issues. I'm sure he's gonna address all the issues that we have concern with. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Blaine Warren from 77 Welch Road, Southington. I support Chris and King 33. I think training would be great for everyone in general and the police. There was a situation in New York a while back where the police officers weren't very well trained, and they managed to hit some civilians when they're going after a criminal or a set of criminals. I don't remember the exact time or anything like that. As a taxpayer here in Southington, I think the revenue would be good for our town, so I support it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else tonight speaking in favor of this application? Hi, Lou.
Lou Perillo, Southington Economic Development. First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Fields for bringing this business here. This business is unique, and it's more successful than he originally anticipated, or expected, I should say.
Vocabulary police over here.
What's important is the demand is here in town. We have an opportunity, we should be taking advantage of it and supporting this business. As you can tell, he's, I think, more than a professional. He's an expert. As far as the building goes, obviously everyone wants safety and has safety in mind. All right? Not only does he have an insurance policy that's going to look after it, his landlord, who is a major landholder in the United States, is also going to have his insurance company looking at it. In addition to that, you have building standards. All right? So not only from a liability perspective, but from a professional building. We have regulation in the town as far as our building codes go. Another benefit is it's indoors. And when it's indoors, you have a controlled environment. So to have that kind of training is paramount. Live fire training, it's what training is about. You know, if you're going to do something, if you're practicing, live fire opportunity is where it is. There is live fire in town, not in such a controlled environment per se. Not that it's bad, no incidences per se. There's some out of town. In speaking with our local law enforcement professionals, they would love to have an opportunity to actually shoot in town and train in town. So we wholeheartedly support this application. It is in the right zone. We feel it's the right business for Southington, and we think we should help him succeed. Thank you.
Thanks, Lou. Anyone else speaking in favor? Folks, in the interest of time, if there's other people that will speak in favor, why don't you just get up and draw a line? Okay.
Hi, my name is Richard Crampton. I live at 83 Catherine Lane in town. I've been here for about 29 years. I've known Chris for about 6 months now. I've done some training with him. He's a serious person. It's not going to be a casual affair. I think this is going to be a good benefit for the town of Southington. I hope you guys will approve it.
Thank you. Anyone else speaking in favor? Okay, hearing none. Is there anyone tonight speaking against this application? Is there anyone here speaking against? Okay, hearing none. Chris, did you have anything you wanted to add?
the opportunity to have my business in this town. I like this town, I'm happy to be here, and I want to continue to grow my business and stay.
Okay, thank you. Let's close this public hearing, move right into the second